Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Alex Thomas Show. We're a little late, but it's going to be a great show because, as you can see, I am so honored and proud to have my guest tonight because we're here to promote a very special event. Ypsilanti High School has a great YCS Public Education DC exhibit, and that's what this show is going to be all about. And I'm going to let you read about it through the link that I just shared on our page. But you can hear about it right from the horse's mouth, as we like to say, from my great guest. We have Levi here. Want to wave, Levi?
Hello.
And Big Levi, Jason here.
Hello.
And we have in here because Levi has a great exhibit. And this is my favorite part, Levi. When you're doing your show, you get to be quiet and let the guests do all the work. So, Levi, tell us about yourself, your exhibit. What you want to talk about?
So I'm Levi. Hello. I go to Ypsilanti International Elementary School, WISE, and I didn't really know about the exhibit until not too long ago, maybe a couple months, maybe even. And at first I thought it was like no big deal, like okay, a couple people are going to DC, it's probably not going to be me. So after like a couple weeks, I got invited to this thing where I would go to the art room every Tuesday, and I would work on a piece of art that I wanted to send to DC. So I worked on that for maybe 6-7 weeks.
Hey, excuse me, Levi.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. Did they tell you what kind of art you had to make, or did they just say make something, or?
So we had to make something, and it would have to show diversity and equality and how things could be better or things are better than they were. So I worked on it for maybe 6 or 7 weeks, and there were a lot of other great artists as well. There were many people that worked very hard, and there were many other great art pieces. And we weren't like rivals. We were always helping each other out and always saying, hey, try this, or maybe you could do that. We were never like rivals. We were always friends, and it was really cool to work with. And I was really excited when I figured out I was accepted.
Okay. So tell us what you made.
So,
tell us about your, or does it have a name, or you gonna get to that?
I'll get to that
Okay,
eventually.
go ahead.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but
you got 20 seconds. I'm just kidding. You take your turn.
Okay. What? Okay. So I had a vision where I thought to myself, people that are different teach us more than people who are the same. And I thought, how could I turn that into art? So I drew a large crowd of people on a piece of paper, and at the top I drew one person that was different, and he was spreading light and knowledge to the other people.
Whoa.
So just cool.
Can they see it here now or next week?
I think next Friday.
Yeah, January 18th. I was pretty sure, but
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's a real big deal here. No.
Next Friday, Riverside Art Center, we're having an exhibit of some of the pieces of art that people made. Yeah, I think next Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday the 18th,
Yeah.
and we'll have the link up there. And
okay.
we were rushed. You did such a great job. But did you say the name of it, or
I'm not sure I have a name yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Work in progress.
Yeah.
I'm not done with it yet. I just turned in what I had so far, and they accepted it. So now I'm just polishing it up currently. So.
Okay. I am really excited to see. I can't wait. I'll be here next Friday to check it out. Jason,
Yes.
what do you do around here in Ypsilanti?
So I'm a project manager in Ann Arbor.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yep. Build homes out there. Yep.
Hmm.
So yeah, and we were really impressed with how everything came out with Levi's piece. He'd spent a lot of time at home with it too, and it was really kind of never really asked for much help, needed some printer help one day, this and that. And then one day it just kind of appeared and it was just a really good piece. And so we're really proud of him and really excited about him, the opportunity for him to go to DC. So
my brother, who also had a chance, was in the semifinals. My brother was in the semifinals.
Okay.
In
give a shout out.
Project. Yeah. Truman, go you.
Big Levi, are you an artist then? Is it running? Is
musician.
Musician?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're both actually. He's
and he's the guitarist, and I'm the
Levi's
pianist.
The pianist.
Oh, okay.
We got a whole band in the house, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have 5 minutes, so do you actually do you play in a band?
Now? Currently do, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a band called
you can promote it.
Watershed Council.
Watershed Council.
Yeah.
And what genre?
It's
if
kind
I'm not big on labels.
No, it's just kind of like indie rock, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where can do you have a website or?
Mainly just Facebook and Instagram. If you just Google search Watershed Council band, you can pretty much find anything.
I have to slap it up there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Levi, you like itching to say?
No, I'm just listening. I'm just fidgeting.
No, but it's about the art program, and you're one of the artists. But I want to. We have about 3 more minutes. You mentioned piano.
Oh yeah. I've been playing piano since like kindergarten. Would you say? So,
about kindergarten.
About 4 years maybe.
Yep. Currently taking lessons with someone in town.
I'm taking lessons currently. I do some recording sometimes.
Down in the basement. Yeah, you're actually pretty proficient in GarageBand.
Yeah, and I mess around. I tinker here and tinker there.
Yeah.
So.
Are lessons fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like 45-minute lessons like once a week, and it's really cool always going there because like if I ever need help with something or if something is like hard, I can always like get help with that and get it done pretty easily.
And it's pretty impressive, like at a young age to get kids involved in musical instruments, because like I tried to learn, or I still struggle to learn piano now at the age of 41, and it's so difficult, but he can run circles around me on the piano, and I probably put in more time and effort to it, yeah.
What I really love about it, it's Riverside Arts Center, arts and all about promoting arts and culture.
Exactly,
and just intertwining that, of course, is creativity.
Yeah.
And with the educational programs, there's a real effort and real focus on showing how creativity is important in other disciplines.
Exactly.
I don't even want to call art a discipline.
Yeah,
they can be,
exactly.
but how you can take that spark of creativity.
Exactly.
And that's just so awesome to see that's in you, Levi, and you're doing it in music, art.
I've supported as much as I can. So, and everything that happens in this building is good work. So.
Cool.
So
tell everybody to come on down to 76 North Carolina.
Yeah. This Friday, I think, right? Yeah.
Oh, Friday the 8th. It's January 18th, a week from today.
Yeah.
Come on down and see Levi's great piece in the mystery cut. You gotta hold a raffle for the name or something. No, that's coming from your heart.
There you go.
Yeah. Like that.
Have someone help you name it. So.
Anything you want to say, or just bye? And then we're gonna get another great artist to come on in.
Just want to thank you for having us on.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it very much.
And thank you. I can't wait. Come on down and go ahead out. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I was gonna say, come on down, guys. For next Friday, a week from today, January 18th. We have so many exhibits. I was really, really impressed. I'm always impressed with the artwork that I've seen out of the art program at YCS and Lynn Settle's class. And we have Kathy Fisk is going to come on later. And then also DeQuan Harrison is going to close out the show. But I'm always excited because the exhibits are so great. But when I saw this one, I really thought that it could have been from U of M or a New York studio. Just some really awesome portraits and exhibits that our students here at in Ypsilanti produced. And I'm going to have Jose and his mom, Crystal, come on in. Welcome, Jose. Have a seat right here in the middle. And Crystal, could you close the door
Yep.
real quick? Because we want to make sure. And before I introduce them, in fairness, I have to let them know, let the audience know, Levi and Jason, they had a chance to prepare and sit down for a moment and get comfortable. Jose and Krista are just walking right in live, jumping on, saying hi to 1,000 folks, saying hello to 1,000 folks.
Okay.
But they're great team players and excited. I'm going to shut up. And Jose, welcome again. Tell us about yourself, your program, your exhibit, what you want to talk about. Why'd you come here tonight?
Well, I came here to talk about the program that I'm in, to try to get the Ypsilanti Community Schools to DC. We're the first school in Michigan to go to DC, so that's cool.
Yes.
And I'm part of it. Our subject was equality, diversity, and I forgot the other one.
Justice.
Yeah, justice.
All right.
But I did it in a completely different path, but yeah, it was very fun, and I'm glad I got this opportunity, and other kids do.
That's really interesting. You said you did it in a completely different path.
Mhm.
Tell us about it.
So it was made to boost up or in my eyes, it was made to make the government, look good or something. I made it in a different light to where the government hides things from us, at least in my opinion. And I made a person with a blindfold on and a girl trying to draw an eye to make it so he can see, but another guy trying to erase it because trying to keep it hidden.
Wow. I'm going to have to follow your work.
Oh, he's awesome.
Was this one of your first pieces of art where it had a kind of message to it, or?
Yeah, because when I do art, I just do it, to have fun, but this had a specific meaning for what I wanted to come across. I tried to make it, I didn't want to come off as aggressive with it. Yes, this is exactly what's happening, but I wanted to make it a message there with the blindfold and somebody trying to erase it. And there was they were on I don't remember. Is it something?
Scales of justice?
Yeah, scales. The guy was getting raised up more because the girl was trying to draw, and then they started balancing out. And I made the background specific way. I had a broken flower pot to resemble, life is dying because, of what's happening. And I just a little subtle things, a rusted out trophy, because all of our great, we still get new rewards and new things that are coming out, but all of our old stuff is starting to get forgotten more. That's what the trophy represents. I did a window with a nice wooden window seal to represent Michigan's trees and lodging and all that. And I made it, at least I remember making the walls brown, they could have been birch wood or something, but I wanted to make them specifically a spruce wood for just coming off as a message, that it's not always going to be nice and bright and everything. That's when it's not always going to be happy. Sometimes it'll be darker, and we'll not always have those bright times. It'll be, sometimes it'll be but we got to push through it.
Heck yeah, and that's life.
Yeah.
And you put it in art. So, I want to get a chance to get your mom in. Of course, it's got to be such a joy.
Yeah, it is. He's more talented than he thinks he is.
Do you guys share a lot of the same beliefs and such, and and opinions and things?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you can see it comes from the heart.
Yes, it definitely does with him. Yeah,
from him. So, that's what makes me so interested in his work and such. So, how long have you guys been in Ypsilanti?
Well, 3 years now.
Yeah.
He's only been here for about a year.
And
Okay.
a year and a
With his
half.
dad,
Yeah, I just moved here, and I only had 1 year of school in Ypsi schools. So this is my second year in Ypsi schools.
Okay. Chris, do you have any friends you want to say hi to out there, or
No.
anything you want to say to all the people that are interested in the art program?
If you can help and out any way, that would be nice. They deserve it. and they're very good artists.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that's when and I was gonna make sure to mention it when Kathy, the art teacher, comes in.
Mhm.
But they do need donations to help them fund this trip to DC to exhibit all the great art here. So I will make sure we have that address where you can send, and there will be a website on later, not today, but that will be coming from the school shortly, and they'll have it on their school website, and we'll make sure to promote it. But the art program needs donations, and please support our local students. Back to you, Jose. Do you have like a count in your head of like all the different, like you made 10 pieces or?
I mean, I made a lot of art, especially when I was young, but I didn't really consider myself good at art when I was young. I still don't consider myself good. I'm better than I was before. I'm somewhat decent, at least in my eyes. But when I was around 10-ish, I really got into art because one of my friends back in Clintondale, she was really good at art, and it was really cool. So I kept practicing. And then about last year, actually, I saw this picture of SpongeBob, and I was like, I want to draw that. So I drew it on a lined piece of paper, and it was actually pretty good. And I was like, hey, Cameron, can I borrow your trash can for a second? Because SpongeBob was on the trash can. He said, go ahead. And then I drew a SpongeBob, and it looked very similar. So, that's when I consider myself, pretty good at art. And from then on, that's when I start counting it.
Okay.
I had a whole book. I still have it at home. I've done 15 pages in my book. I've done a lot at school. I've done a lot. So an estimated, I've probably done 50 or more.
Wow.
Just estimated, at least.
Everyone's gonna be able to see your work a week from tonight here at the Riverside Arts Center. Can they see other stuff at the school or anywhere else, or that's in the future?
They do put up art around. I have one of my pieces. It's just a bunch of hats stacked on top of each other in randomly in space, and it's on top of the choir door. They had art all around the school and stuff and such.
Okay.
And there's these display cases on the walls, indented into the walls, and there's usually art in there. I had if I brought it, I could show you. It was an Angry Birds DVD case, and it was drawn and it was in there for 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Well, not counting the break.
Well, thanks for that tidbit. I've been in and out of the school, but I haven't taken the time to look around walls and see some of the art pieces. I'll make sure I do, and you do the same. Do you guys want to say anything else before we get Miss Fisk in?
Just if you can support this at all in any way, if you can't donate money, just tell people, because this is a great opportunity, not just for me, but for everybody who's participating in it. It's the first it's the first pieces from Michigan in that show. So if you can support it financially, that's great. If you can't support it financially, get it around and just make it possible for all of us to go.
Yes, tell everyone about it. You did a great job. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing your work.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
Crystal. If you can ask Miss Fisk to come on in.
All right.
Please do.
Well, thank you.
Hey, you're very welcome. You're welcome. But it's a pleasure all mine. Wow. And that's so true. We say things like that, the pleasure's all mine. But you can see so many times when we talk about our youth, we're talking about the challenges that they're feeling and facing. But to be able to talk about something positive and to see something, you can just see the seeds of genius planted there. And I'm just so excited to be able to promote it and tell all of you about it. Ms. Fisk, well, first I was going to have, well, you guys both want to come, you guys? Okay, we got a special guest, Mr. Daquan Harris is coming in too, and we'll have them together. But welcome. Thank you, Daquan.
Hi, Anthony.
Thank you, Ms. Fisk. And first off, introduce yourself, please.
Okay, I'm
Kathy Fisk. I've taught with Ypsilanti Public Schools and Ypsilanti Community Schools for 21 years. I'm an art teacher, and I'm also the art coordinator for the district.
All right, cool. And you, sir, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
DeQuan Harrison, a youth advocate here in Washington County.
Okay. And I was excited when you came, found out you were coming, because it was a great opportunity for me to thank you for hooking me up and getting me in to see Dr. Abdul El Sayed. I really appreciate it, man. I'll probably have that pic on my Facebook for about another 5 years. So thank you. Okay. But we're here to promote just the awesome program. And I don't think I did a great job at the beginning mentioning how we need donations and we need the trip to be supported from the community out here. So if just your regular, you can do the proper introduction, because I had the kids here and I just wanted to jump in and get them. But or whatever you guys had talked about, I'll let you guys have the floor and I'll just jump in with some questions, because I think you guys know what you want to do. Okay.
Okay. Lynn Settles about 2 years ago got a phone call last year.
Yep.
Lynn Settles is our high school art teacher, and she got a phone call from DeQuan from Washington, DC, saying that we're going to have artwork in DC, and she thought he was kidding. But DeQuan had seen an exhibit at the U.S. Department of Education and thought that Ypsi students can do as well or even better than that. So he signed us up and then let us know about it. So we have DeQuan to thank for this opportunity. So we kind of sat on it for a while, not really realizing that it was for real. And then he came on board again this fall and showed us that we are on the schedule. If you go to the U.S. Department of Education website, there,
USED.gov.
USED.gov. I'm not sure what the tab is, but it's student exhibition.
I'll make sure I have it up, but I'm curious, how many students are actually involved right now, or how many students need to go to DC?
Well, they have room for 100 pieces to be exhibited, and right now we have about 60 students who are participating, and some of them will be making more than one piece, maybe in a series, especially for the high school. So we'll have the 100 works one way or another.
But we know we need to get 60 kids
We need to get 60 kids there, and we are working with a travel company that is giving us a great deal. The name of the company is called Bright Sparks, and each student is $540, and that price includes food and lodging and travel and tickets and tours.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna let DeQuan, I'm gonna get you in a minute, but I wanted to make sure
kind of the big number. The big number that
And the
we are
deadline,
trying to
too.
raise is $70,000, so that we can get all of our elementary students and a chaperone, and a few chaperones for their older students to go on this opportunity. We have several fundraising events happening right now. If you go to our Facebook page, which is YCS Public Education DC exhibit, you'll see some information about our first fundraiser, which is Tupperware. And we're also doing sponsorships. We have a whole schedule of fundraising, but we will also accept donations. And right now, you can send or submit a check to Ypsilanti Community Schools with a DC art exhibit or something to do with that in the memo, so that it comes to our account. And we are also currently working on having some sort of an online forum where we can have some online donations happening. And that will, as soon as we get that up and running, we will have that posted on our Facebook page.
Okay. And I think I had asked earlier about a deadline, but we don't need we need the money.
Yeah, but we
now.
have to
and
make
the deadline
payments.
will be coming out.
We have to make payments to the travel company,
so
we need to start right now.
Yeah.
So we have scheduled payments.
Well, thanks so much. And DeQuan, what do you want to chat about?
Yeah.
What do you want to?
So let's start back because how it all happened was very unusual. I'm the federal liaison for Michigan, the Attn Schools campaign, and I'm working a lot with the Department of Education and NWC PLDF and Partners for Each and Every Child and so forth to work on the ESSA. So I was actually going to a meeting to meet with Sam Ryan and so forth, the youth liaison for the Department of Education, in preparation for a meeting that I scheduled with Assistant Secretary of Elementary and Secondary Education, Frank Brogan, Secretary of the and so forth. And prior to my meeting, they asked me if I wanted to come get a tour of the Department of Education. I've been there plenty of times, but never really seen the whole department. Just went straight up to the meeting place and so forth. So they showed me the art pieces, and it really touched my heart to see how powerful the art spoken. But I'm truly a believer that YCS had the best, and I literally told the woman who was escorting me around that I believe that YCS had the best artwork and really come and make a bold statement. And I thank the art teachers for designing the theme, equity, justice, and diversity, because that speaks volume.
When I walked in and I saw the gallery, I didn't know. This was a couple of weeks ago when you guys had visited before, and the portraits were out, and I hadn't heard anything about it. And before you guys walked in tonight, I told the audience that when I looked around, I thought that maybe U of M's School of Photography, or maybe there's some kind of design agency doing something, because they're incredible. They're some great pieces,
Yeah, so
really, and they speak to you.
Yeah.
And we really involve the community in that selection process. So what you're talking about is when we had all the students' work that was possibilities of going, we had it here all laid out, and then we had jurors from the community, like business owners, artists, professors from Eastern, journalists, come to, they chose the art to go.
Mhm.
And so those are the ones who are actually going. They were chosen by the community, which is pretty awesome.
And I believe it was named Jose, who just here, the young man. And what really struck me as I was out there watching the interview, he said he felt like the government is hiding stuff from us, and it's just powerful to hear from an elementary student, and that just goes beyond to show how much this will affect our community, affect our students, and so forth, to actually go and not wait for the opportunity, but take the opportunity and really go with a genuine statement, powerful, to go there and speak how we feel in a respectful way, and really make changes. I don't believe this is a one-stop shop. I believe many doors will open from this opportunity. This is very historic for this community. And me being here all my life and being part of Will Around Schools and Ypsilanti Public Schools, now YCS, I haven't seen nothing like this or heard. And I believe we are the first in the region to actually go to the Department of Education and have an art displayed there. So I'm excited for it. I'm really excited.
Well, we got the theme, diversity, equality, and justice from actually Ypsilanti Community Schools mission statement. And when I sent the person from the Department of Education what our theme was, I was afraid that she was thinking, oh no, that's going to be too controversial. But she was like very, very supportive, and said it's very timely that something like this is being exhibited from our young people.
Like I said earlier, 2020 is a very powerful year. We have the year where our administration currently is up for grabs. A lot of people will be running for offices and positions. So for our youth from our community to go make their statement with Secretary Voss and so forth, I think will really set the tone for whether the current administration stays or a new administration comes in. I think that will set the tone and show others around the country how serious and our young babies feel about this and so forth.
When you saying that the administration, like state, local, all a change.
Yeah.
I'm really, excuse me. I'm really excited here locally because I'm involved and out there, and the youth have so much that hope and just that creativity, and they're not so entrenched in those cynicism and just the old history and ready to do so. So it's just inspiring, and I think there's such an untapped resource. When they can start voting at 18, and and such leaders already in terms of like kind of shaping the culture of the community and
Right.
such like that. So yeah, I agree with you about 2020, and it's August 2020 here in Ypsilanti, you know, so don't sleep.
Yeah, don't
You
sleep,
know,
baby.
so
Don't
wake up
sleep.
in September to
Don't
think about who you're gonna vote for
Don't sleep.
about locally.
If you're gonna run, do it. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Move back.
Yeah.
Kathy, I think you had wanted to say something. You were thinking about something else, or
I was just going to say that we titled the exhibit "Public Education," and that the reason why we chose that that title was actually submitted by Nick Azzaro, our high school photography teacher, because we are representing public education, which is under fire from many different angles, and but we also are educating the public with these themes and these thoughts and these this creative approach to such important themes that we have chosen of diversity, equality, and justice. So we're very proud of that public education title.
And with that, you know, as far as the teaching profession and what you said, the challenges right now in public education.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, I have to do a lot going on.
In this head, yeah, there always is.
But public education, the challenges that public education is facing right now. I wish I was more informed and up to date, but right now on the state level, are there any bills or any pressing issues right now that, and I don't want to get you guys in trouble with the Department of Education, but we want to, I mean, this show is about advocacy and getting out the important issues that need to be talked about. So, I mean, we have member of the community, a strong member of the community.
Yeah, you probably know more
So-
about it than I do.
What I'll say now, I'm not familiar of any bills currently around education. Due to we have a lot of new people in office now, so I expect to see some stuff going on between the next 2 or 3 years. Not 2 or 3 years, 2 or 3 months. It's out of our state legislature, also federal, with bills going around. But currently now, I know we're trying to get the message out about ESSA, which is the new No Child Left Behind Act. So ESSA, President Obama initiated that. It's basically about school improvement.
Every student.
Yeah, sees that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that ties into school improvement. So I'm sure I have this toolkit around too that I'm able to make copies of and pass out. And I plan to do some forums on it and so forth. It's very informational to get parents and community members and teachers involved, to know what they're talking about when we go to school or meetings and meet with principals and so forth. So make sure that our children are getting the best education, to make sure that we are holding our officials accountable to pushing this through when we work around education and funding for our teachers, our students, and so forth around. So.
Absolutely. And the host of the show, myself, I just want to encourage the audience to pay attention to the funding to charter schools as opposed to public education, and also pay attention to the ratings and the efficacy and the accreditation and lack of for charter schools, and keep in mind that, you know, any charter school that's receiving state funding, it's taking money from public education. But that's my little soapbox part. Before the show, though, and I'm sorry with all the things going on, I remember I mentioned some of the other things you're involved in, and that this is a great opportunity to promote, and it slipped my mind. There was a few things, I think.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
And one last thing, do not give up on public education, because public education is where we started, as where we are and where we will finish. Charter schools isn't the answer. Private schools isn't the answer. Our dollars deserve to be inside the public education system, and our time, energy, and our love and support deserves to be there. So smile.
What I was talking to Alex about earlier was about how, you know, the department has kind of existed kind of as a, you know, a small bubble within the larger district, and, you know, sometimes we were noticed.
The art department.
The art department.
The art department
Sometimes,
at Ypsi High
yeah,
School.
it was in Ypsi Community Schools. You know, we had our exhibits, you know, which was very, very, you know, very, very low attendance. Not a lot of people came out to see. So this is just kind of like thrown us right into the forefront, and hopefully because of this, the community and the state will see what a wonderful gift we have right here in Ypsilanti with our students, and that also the community can also get involved with helping us get our students' work out by maybe even opening up some of the storefronts, and maybe we can get some artwork and display around the community and downtown, or have the students create sculptures. I mean, we've done that in the past. We can continue to do that. Lynn Settles has done a wonderful job with the murals, connecting with the community. So we are here to support you just as you are here to support us.
Are there any particular volunteer opportunities if people have in local artists, businesses, or things like that?
Sure, just contact, you can contact me at kfisk7 at YCS Schools, and I will put you in touch with whoever wants to, work together. We'd love to have artists in our schools. I'm always welcoming volunteers in my room. The parents at Ypsilanti International Elementary School are awesome. So I've always got people in there helping me out and supporting. So, we need to up that throughout our whole district. So.
And also share this video, tag Channel 7, MLive, Channel 2, Channel 4, Free Press, tag everyone, because this is not only a historic movement for Washington County, Ypsilanti Community Schools, but for this region as a whole, this great state of Michigan as a whole. This will really change the culture and dynamic of our time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, put an honest, real face on what our kids are doing and what they can do.
Because, and let's be real, we have, folks want to stereotype Ypsi so bad, which is just terrible district. But truth be told, we have the best in the game. Our students are smart, and they doing everything better than professionals at the end of the day, and you see the work for yourself. It's just not me speaking, but the work speaks for itself. So, like I said, let's continue to support public education. Let's just continue to support Ypsilanti Community Schools and this movement.
And the arts are the way to bring the community together. The visual arts, the performing arts. It's a way to just let us all communicate with each other and support each other.
Absolutely. I know you've had a long day.
Yes, I've had a very long day.
I'm going to let you get out in a moment, but I was about to let you leave, but but what I had said before about what's going on here at Riverside, because it's Riverside Arts Center, and how all of the education is about promoting, central to all the education is arts. And that's going to entail creativity. And central to the whole pedagogy is recognizing that creativity is so key to so many disciplines that one instinctively might not think is related to art. And it's just such a great thing that I just learned about, that I came and I'm just really excited about. And there's so many different programs.
Well, there's a saying that the person that's making the decisions is the person that's doing the learning. So if we can, allow our students to have more say in what they're learning, more choice, that's how we allow their voices to be heard. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm wondering, because you're a little younger than us. Did you take part in some programs like that were really great and that gave you an opportunity?
Man, we had so many programs
to listen to.
She's my old teacher, actually.
Okay.
She had it back in the day. So I said earlier that I was part of Ypsilanti Community Schools, also Ypsilanti Public Schools. So I tasted it all, and so forth. And I really believe that art and music bring everyone together. Just like going to a store, buying a card. No one is going to cheer up if you buy a dry card. It's just the art that moves people. For example, or like if you're going to the store to buy flowers, if the art of the flowers isn't pleasing and to grab your attention, then you don't want it. You usually go for the stuff that gets you on your first eye and so forth like that. So art is what puts people together. So let's invest.
But I think maybe what you may have been talking about is that creativity is not just in the arts. You can be creative in anything that you do, right?
Yes,
As long as you're expressing, allowing yourself to come out in whatever it is, right?
Yes, absolutely. And just and I'm going to let you get out. But from an employer, from the career standpoint, that the value of creativity is much more important now than 30, 40 years ago. It's incredible. And just with all the dynamics of the economy, what people are looking for, And so,
creativity and
yeah.
also the ability to collaborate and work together. I mean, it's
yes,
huge.
and it's fun for kids too. So,
Yeah.
you guys are doing a great job. Thanks so much. I'm going to let you guys get off, but I'm going to let Daquan say,
Okay.
but I
Oh, okay.
I heard the Willow Run shout out, and I'm always promoting West Willow, but when I saw he had like an issue or something with this, so I see that's where that came from. But it's all love because that's West Willow. We used to have the Willow Run side. That's part of the 2 community schools, but it's still the Willow Run flavor in Belleville that makes West Willow, and it's I'm always glad to represent and see
Definitely.
that people still recognize.
Definitely.
All right, good to have you. I'll let you guys say. You guys say bye.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
it.
Adios, guys.
Well,
Thank you guys.
Thank
Go
you.
support. Donate. That we need to get 60 kids to DC, and you need to come back here next Friday, the 18th, 7 p.m. or before 6 p.m. Check out everything
Definitely.
because you're gonna see some just some remarkable work.
Thank you.
So
Thank
have
you.
you talked about a reveal reception?
Just one last point.
We'll post it. We'll post the
Okay,
link up
all
here.
right, all right.
Reveal
Oh, oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
One last point. I definitely think it's important that we thank our staff, our YCS, community members, and parents and so forth for trusting the school district and community with your children. And thank you for the teachers, superintendents, school members, our teachers, everyone for your hard work and investing into the lives and education of our students. So one last point.
And thank you, Daquan, because you brought it here, man.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
yeah, thank you.
We never
All right.
forget who we came from. Never.
All right.
Never.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you guys.
Good.